Now, nation changes is something I've been doing on my channel now for a little while, and today's one is a bit of a World Cup special episode. So believe it or not, there are players out there trying to join a brand new team in time for the World Cup Russia. Don't know if it's going to happen, don't know if it's possible, but we're going to take a look at the possibilities today. So this episode consists of a few players trying to get the nation switch, already made the nation switch, should I say. I'm a little bit, struggling to get my words out here. And yeah, that's basically it. So we've got a pretty interesting episode today. Stay tuned, okay, because these guys could be playing for your team in the World Cup, and you may never have expected it, ever. So as always, guys, if you could drop a like and a thumbs up down below, that'd be absolutely insane. Subscribe to down below. We're gaining quite a few subscribers in a minute, which is a nice change for my channel, to be fair. Nice little bit of a change. Now, the first player I'm going to feature is one of the biggest stories of this probably year, if you like. Leon Bailey plays at Bayer Leverkusen? Yes, so this guy's being monitored by England in a minute. He has quite a few possibilities who he could choose to play for, well, internationally, basically. So he's played for Jamaica under 23s, okay, which means, he still technically can, not play for Jamaica, play for England, play for, Germany, whoever he wants to, because when you make an appearance, in like a friendly or youth stages, they don't count to a full competitive debut, so you can still technically switch. So basically, here's the story behind this. In March 2017, it was reported that Bailey would actually refuse a Jamaican call-up until the standard of Jamaican football improved. So that's pretty wacky. Like, that's pretty mad. I mean, he's saying he's not going to play for Jamaica until the standard of Jamaican football improves. So he's saying, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to play for you guys until you get, I don't know, better players or whatever. I'm not really sure, but you can't just get better Jamaican players. You can't just buy players or anything. And then in September in the same year, so 6 months later from that previous quote, which I just read out, he actually said to a German football magazine, "They always want me to play for Jamaica, but I've had personal problems with the association since I was 11 or 12 years of age." So yeah, there's obviously problems there with him in Jamaican FA, if you like, or whatever you want to call him. Obviously, there's a situation there that he's not very happy about. So I don't know whether it's, to do with standard, like he said, in this situation, or what it's to do with. But 11 or 12 years of age, you have problems with. What could you have had problems with the FA from 11 or 12 years of age? I'm not really sure the sort of problems you could have had. But then in January 2018, okay, the former Jamaican national team coach actually said to a German newspaper, "I really wanted to make him a national player. I've invited him several times, amongst others, to the Gold Cup in America and to international matches. I also called it Genk, but his stepfather blocked everything." So Jamaica have made, millions of attempts to try and get this guy to play for them. Obviously, he's not been happy for a while now. His stepfather's been involved. He's actually blocked communication, I believe, from Jamaica to obviously Bailey. So here is an article in the Bundesliga, okay. Bayer Leverkusen's Leon Bailey could play for England at the World Cup 2018. Now let's find out why. I've not really actually said that yet. So Bayer Leverkusen winger Leon Bailey has actually refused to pledge his international future to Jamaica. Belgium, England, or even Germany could one day stand to benefit. Okay, so this is pretty insane. Apparently the three lions appear to be in the pole position to get him ahead of the FIFA World Cups, but there's a few other rivalries there. Competition between different countries trying to get a player. It's mad. Now, reports in England, okay, actually the Mirror, is an article in the Mirror, actually indicated that Gareth Southgate and his coaching team are aware of Bailey's qualities, should I say, and that he qualifies for England via his two grandparents have an English passport. So there you go. There's the reason. So he's allowed to play for England because his grandparents have English passports. Now, I'm not really too sure why he's eligible to play for Belgium or Germany. I guess Germany because he's been living there for so long. That's what I'm going to assume. I'm guessing Belgium because he played for Genk as well. So he obviously was in Belgium for a few years as well. And I think he probably got dual citizenship as well. Let's have a look. So basically, he has to live in Belgium for 5 years to get a citizenship with them. Not sure if he managed that or not. I don't think he did. But if he wants to play for Belgium, he would have to marry a Belgian person, alright? So that's pretty mad. And then, obviously, to play for Germany, he'd have to live there for 8 years. So, England's the quickest and maybe best solution for him, maybe. So, will we see this guy at the World Cup for England? Well, I don't really know, man. It's going to be weird. He hasn't played in the friendlies, is he? So, it's not looking very great. Next up, we've got a footballer now who plays in Germany once again. We've got Naldo. Now, Naldo's situation is pretty strange. He's a Brazilian/German footballer. So, he's obviously sort of both, if you like. He's made 4 appearances for the Brazilian national team. All believed to be friendlies, every single one of them, so he still could potentially change. So it's a bit of a strange situation. He is 35 years of age. He's not a young player anymore, so I'm not sure how likely this one will be. Probably very slim chance, to be honest. So he's lived in Germany since 2005, and you have to live in Germany for 8 years to get a citizenship with Germany. So obviously now we're in 2018, so he's been living there, what is that, like 13 years? So he's obviously smashed the 8-year sort of cut off, if you like. And like I said, in 2014, Naldo actually received a German citizenship, having lived in Germany since since 2005, as well as his wife and his 2 children also got German citizenship. So now that he officially has German citizenship, obviously now he can make the choice to decide, I want to leave Brazil and I now want to play for Germany. He's only played, I think, friendlies for Brazil, so technically the FAs, FIFA, UEFA, whatever you want to call them, the boards that are involved in these decisions will look at that and say, you know what, he's only made debuts for them, let's allow him to play for Germany. So yeah, I don't know if this is going to happen. Like I say, the guy is 35 years of age. Germany may not need him, Brazil may not need him, he may not play international football ever again, so that's going to be a big, well, I don't really know what to make of this one. So yeah, Naldo, second player, probably not going to happen, is it? Another player playing in Germany. I mean, I don't know what it is with these Bundesliga players. They all want to change nation, they all want to play for Germany, but this situation is no different. Rafinha, okay, this guy, okay, now let's have a little look at this guy. 32 years of age as well, so no young player like Bailey. He's actually played in a youth career for Brazil, and he's played a couple of appearances for Brazil main team, but I believe they're all sort of, you know, friendlies again. He's never made a full senior debut, I don't believe. I think he's played in the Olympics, so I'm not really sure if that matters. I'm not really sure what that qualifies. I think I'm going to have to, some of you guys are going to have to, you know, let me know in the comment section down below what really, you know, happens here. But in September 2015, Rafinha was called up by head coach Dunga for 2 qualifying matches for the 2018 World Cup, but 5 days later, he actually turned it down whilst also denying claims of rejecting the call-up to represent his adopted homeland, Germany. So, wow. So, strange situation for him. Obviously, he's been living in Germany now for God knows how many years, quite a few years. Wikipedia says he's a Brazilian/German footballer, so he might have a German citizenship once again to play for Germany. He's refused to play for Brazil a couple of times, and obviously, you know, Germany have thought about calling him up. What's going to happen with him? I really don't know. So, I'm not really sure what's going to happen with this guy. I'm not really sure what's going to happen with Naldo. Not really sure what's going to happen with Leon Bailey. So let's move on to another player now. Very interesting stuff. There's a few players here, a lot of Bundesliga players. So let's move on from, well, I don't want to feature any more Bundesliga players in this episode. I think it's fair to say. So next up, we're going to feature a player now, not really to do with the World Cup, but I just thought it was quite interesting really to feature this guy. Stephen Corker actually trying to play for Scotland. That's a bit of an interesting one, a bit of an interesting situation. He has played for England before. Actually scored for England. It wasn't a friendly match, and it was against Sweden, I believe. He made it. He scored a goal. He came on like 60th minute. Scored a goal in the 70th minute, and yeah, that was the last time he's ever played for England. So only recently we've got an article here on BBC Sports. Stephen Corker, Dundee boss McCann hopes actually defender switches allegiance to Scotland. So yeah, obviously this is pretty crazy. Dundee manager Neil McCann actually hopes Stephen Corker plays for Scotland after turning down a near £2 million bid for the central defender from, what was it, from Rosenborg. I think that's the club that's trying to sign him. Now the 26-year-old actually qualifies to play for Scotland. He's only 26 years of age. That's pretty crazy. I feel like this guy's been about for years, and he actually qualifies to play for Scotland via his grandmother. Of course, he's playing in Scotland right now, but that's got nothing to do with it. And he can switch his allegiance as his sole England cap was not a competitive game. Basically what I just said. So ultimately, you know, it's up to Stephen Corker. Does he think his England career is done and dusted? Does he think he'll never have a chance to play for England once again? I don't really know. I would go as far as saying he's probably not going to play for England again. So if he wants to play international football, Scotland would probably be his best bet, and that is obviously he's playing there right now in Scotland, so maybe it makes sense. So yeah, that was the 4th player. Another player actually gone, or maybe going to Scotland. Now let's take a look at a player that actually, you know, has decided to play for Scotland. That's what I'm interested in looking at right now. Let's get him up on the screen. We're going to have a little bit of look at a bit of graphics here. We're going to go with Scott McTominay. That is the guy we're going to look at today. Obviously, now the situation with him is, you know, he was born in England, born in Lancaster or whatever, but he's decided to play for Scotland. He's now a player in the Scottish national team. He's made his debut. So McTominay was born in England, but has Scottish ancestry through his father, and obviously attended training camps with the Scottish youth sides, which I don't know if any of you guys knew. Back in November 2017, so just last year, McTominay told a Scottish FA performance director, Malky Mackay, that he wanted to concentrate on securing his place with the Man United first team before he thought about Scotland. So obviously he feels like, you know what, I've made my sort of place in the United's team. It's now time to actually think about my international career and what I want to try and achieve from it. And he decided to go for Scotland over England. Now, I don't know what his reasons are for it, so let's take a look. Now, basically in February, Jose Mourinho actually suggested to the new Scotland manager, Alex McLeish, that he should select McTominay because it looks like England is missing him. That's what, obviously, Jose Mourinho came out and said. So, McTominay pledged his future to Scotland, and he was straight away selected for their squad for their first 2 friendlies in March. Apparently, later that month, McTominay's grandfather revealed that Sir Alex Ferguson wanted him to represent Scotland. That's what Sir Alex wanted, apparently, back in the day. Man United Academy boss Brian McClare explained McLeish had made a real effort, huge effort, getting to Carrington to meet him because it was in the middle of the bad weather that we had had. He made it, put on a case. Gareth Southgate basically just sent a text. So, obviously, you know, Alex McLeish has gone down to Carrington through the bad weather to meet him, really want to talk to him, really want to try and sort it all out. Gareth Southgate's only sent him a text. So, No wonder Scott McTominay feels a little bit more loved by Scotland, it's safe to say. I'm actually pretty surprised by that. I thought, to be honest, that obviously Gareth Southgate would make a little bit more of an effort than just, you know, sending a text or whatever. But I guess that's what happens these days. I'm not really sure what happens. I don't know how you get called up to the national team. But yeah, Scott McTominay was the next player. Last of all is a player now that I've just featured at the end because, you know what, yeah, it's a little bit of a finalising one. We've got Marlos. This guy used to be Brazilian. He's now a Ukrainian footballer. Okay, so he's playing for Ukraine. He's made 3 appearances for them so far. So his Ukraine career is really kicking off. If you guys don't remember back in the day of FIFA, you know, when he was a silver card, everyone wanted him as a silver card. But, of course, he thought, you know what, I'm not going to be able to play for Brazil. So it's time to make my allegiance switch to Ukraine because he's been living in Ukraine for quite a few years now. Now, he only received a Ukrainian citizenship at the end of last year. So this is a pretty recent thing, to be fair. September it was. But yeah, there you go. He thought, you know what, I'm not going to be able to play for Brazil. They're never going to want me. I'm now 29 years of age. I want to play some sort of international football. Ukraine's my best bet. That's what Marlos went and done. But anyway, guys, has been pretty as always. Make sure you enjoy the videos. Obviously, drop a like and thumbs up down below. Subscribe for more FIFA football videos. Loads of stuff coming up. I'm out, guys. Take it easy. Has been pretty as always. Peace. A little strong enough.